Hey, it's Magic.
Magic.
So, we are back. It is Patreon Day, as you can probably see here. And we've got, two different people's decks. And I don't think we featured either of them yet. I don't think. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, if you want. But, yeah. So we got two cool brews to go against each other here. I am playing Christian Wright's Soul Horse.
I am playing Casey Devlin's Dimir Trinkets.
Yeah. So, I'll just give a brief overview. My deck, it's based around Crested Wingmare, and it's kind of like a Soul Warden-y type list, but with that as your main win condition, and being able to control when you gain life and all that. And, yours?
Mine is, Dimir, obviously, but it's more focused on all the artifacts and either ways to tutor for them, and then a whole bunch of 2-card combo mixtures.
Yeah. So there's like Duskmantle, Guild Mage, Mind Crank, and then Thopter Sword, stuff like that. You'll see, hopefully, some of those in action. Yeah. So, want to thank our Patreons for that. If you wish to become one of our Patreons, and, or patrons, I guess, and submit a deck list for us to play, the link will be in the description for that. And here's my impressive art that I did for these. So this is kind of a combination of things. We have Crested Wingmare there, or Sunmare.
Crested Sunmare.
Sunmare. As you can see, I took a couple creative liberties. See if you can spot them.
And Mr. Boopster is, of course, Duskmantle Guild Mage.
Yep.
And there's our Thopter Foundry eating some horses in the background there.
Yeah.
It's basically a UFO.
Yeah, it's funny, like, somehow I've never used Thopter Foundry's art in any of our thumbnails, so I've never actually looked at it up close. I had no idea it was essentially a UFO, like a fancy UFO that's just sucking everything up.
It's eating all the garbage and making Thopters out of them.
Yeah, it's really cool. So, to decide who goes first, we have kind of another cool little thing. Just gonna move these off to the side for now. So, I picked up this 24-sided dice, which is really weird. Basically, all they did was take a 6-sided dice and then kind of
emboss
each side, but it's a cool idea, and if you get a really good roll, it rolls really interestingly, as you may see here. So, we're just gonna roll this. Highest goes first. Ah, too bad. 6. I didn't get a good roll. You did.
Yeah, right at
16.
the end there. 16.
Yeah, so what's really cool about this deck, or about this dice, is, like, if it gets into the pattern of doing that, it'll just roll for a very long time. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Anyway, so you win the die roll. You'll be going first. And we will see you in Game 1. Alright, Game 1. Go ahead and show your hand.
We've got those.
And for myself, this is what I have going on. Now, I don't know if you notice any difference with these, but we're trying out a new thing here. We got some of these Dragon Shield Perfect Fit Smoke Side Loaders. Just rolls right off the tongue. And that kind of makes...
actually have just done this for you, so we could talk.
Okay. Yeah. So, basically, that's why these look square, because they're double loaded here.
Yeah, we were thinking that they would improve glare.
Yeah.
Except when we put them on, we realized if you put them on the other way...
Yeah, it's kind of...
You can't read the card anymore.
Yeah. So they do reduce glare, they just reduce everything else also.
Yeah, they just reduce vision in general.
So
of the card.
I'm not sure if we're gonna stick with this. It kind of doubles the work of sleeving up 2 decks. But if it's worth it, let us know in the comments. We'll probably still do it for Vintage just to protect some of our old stuff, because
we probably should have been doing that.
Probably should have been double sleeving from the start. But in terms of like average decks, we may or may not doing it, depending on if it actually helps with glare at all. Not sure that it will. Anyway, what would you like to take?
That is Johnny's Pride Mate. It's pretty terrifying.
The only action spell. Okay. Sounds good. I mean, it doesn't. It sounds terrible. Draw a card. I was really hoping that would be another one. But it wasn't. It was a Forced and an Essence Warden. Go ahead.
Untap. Draw for turn. an island, and a smuggler's copter.
Sure.
Turgo.
Don't even get to gain a life from that. 'Cause it's not a creature when it enters. Too bad. Bash for 1.
19.
Then we'll play a Sun Petal Grove. I control force, so it comes in untapped. And we'll put out Soul's Attendant as well. We'll gain a life from that. Going to 21. And that's all I've got. Pass turn.
Untap. Draw for turn. A Duskmantle Guild Mage.
I gain 2 life from that. Going to 23.
And then we will crew our Smuggler's Copter.
Yep.
Attack for 3 in the air.
20.
Draw a card. And discard a sword.
Ugh. Okay.
Watery Grave untapped. 17.
Yeah.
And Searing Visions.
Sure.
I think those are both going to the bottom. Enter go.
Untap. Draw a card. That could come in handy. So let's see. If you play Mind Crank this turn, it costs 2, correct?
Yes.
So
And
you
I'd still have
can't-
to activate that ability.
So you wouldn't be able to use it immediately. So I don't have to worry too much about that, I don't think. Well, we're gonna smash for 2.
15.
Pretty safe attack. Then play a forest. And I think we will get out... Sure. I don't know if it's right, but I'm going to run this out there. Chalice of Life. I'll pass the turn.
Untap. Draw for turn.
Because at least this can turn into an action spell, eventually. It's the part where you're mulling over the 12 different combos you could have.
Crew.
Sure.
3 beats.
17.
Draw card, discard card.
Sure.
That one was kind of pretty obvious discard there. And... I guess we'll run out this Altar of the Brood.
Sure.
Turgo.
End of turn, I will gain 1 life. Going to 18. And we'll untap. See, the cool thing about having Warden effects is if you go for sword combo and leave these 2 in play, then I can just flip my Chalice pretty fast.
Yeah.
And I can gain more life than you can gain off your own activated ability. It's kind of funny. Draw a card. Well, it's not the worst. Not great, but it's not the worst.
How did they word this one again?
You have to
10 more life than your starting total.
Yeah, so I need to be at 30 or higher. I'm gonna go with a Windbrisk Heights. Top 4.
Even almost there.
Almost. I guess probably this one. Put those on the bottom. I suppose it is kind of a safe attack. Dash for 2.
13.
Pass the turn.
Untap. Draw for turn. We're going to transmute.
Muddle the mixture? Sure.
I wonder what we'll get. think, as much as fun as the Dust Mantle one would be, we're just going to get a Thopter Foundry.
Sure. Yeah, that's probably the one that I'm softest to, because just attacking with a bunch of flyers will get you there. Even with all the life gain.
And it's your go.
Okay. Untap. Oh, sorry. Gain a life first. 19. Then we'll untap. Then we'll draw. Okay. At 19... So... Put me to 21... And then to 29? Doesn't seem... Oh no. Okay. So, do that. 21. Then, do that. 29. 30. We'll play Plains as our land for turn.
Okay.
And then I'll pass the turn.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Untap. Draw for turn. Thopter Foundry.
Yep.
Crew Smuggler's Copter.
Sure.
Attack for 3. So, draw a card.
Yeah, that all happens first. I suppose it could respond to that, because I don't think you have counter spells, actually, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
I do have some, yeah.
You do have some?
I mean, there's the one right there, but...
Sure. But you only have one man up, anyway. So
yeah.
That's fine.
Draw, and... we'll discard a Remand.
Okay.
There's another one.
So... So you can have Thopter Sword going.
I guess this, I forgot, Alter the Brood, so you milled one when I played the Thopter Foundry.
Sure, we'll just do that. So still before I take the damage. That's now a creature.
Yes.
I'm gonna cast Beast Within, targeting Smuggler's Copter.
Destroy target permanent.
Yes. So you can sack it to Foundry in response, but either way I'm gonna gain 2 life from a creature entering.
Yeah, we will sacrifice it to Foundry.
Sure. So Beast Within fizzles, but you get a 1/1 flyer. And when that enters the battlefield, those 2 come on it. And I gain 2 life, going to 21.
I go to 14.
And then I'll cast Life Goes On. So a creature died this turn, the Smuggler's Copter. So I gain 8 life, going to 29.
Oh!
And then we'll activate Chalice of Life, going to 30. And hey, we're 10 over our life total, so Chalice of Life flips. And this is kind of a pain in the butt. Into Chalice of Death.
You didn't just want it to be black?
No. Well, it's this Chalice of Death. Yep.
Oh.
Does this stay tapped? Because it's the old wording? Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, the only ones that transform in exile are the weird pirate ship, because if you turned it into a land, it would still be a 0/0, so die in planeswalkers, because otherwise they wouldn't have loyalty.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, continue. Did you also gain a life from...
Yeah, so we're at 14. Okay. Watery Grave going to 12.
So there's some Alter the Brood stuff that happened also, right?
Yeah, milled 3/4 extra cards.
Did you count...
Yeah,
it's whenever it enters. Okay. So 4 cards?
Yeah.
Oh, I got a horse.
So the Thopter, the 2 swords, and now
Yeah.
the land.
It might come in handy.
And make another Thopter by sacrificing one of the swords.
Sure. So I mill 2 from that, correct?
Yeah.
And I gain 2 life. Ah, 2 of my 3 horses.
I go up to 13.
32.
It's your go.
Untap. Draw a card. Didn't really need that. But that's okay. We're gonna go for Harmonize. Draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Ugh. Those are not good. Those are not ideal cards. Yeah, I really needed some gas there. Here's a Sun Petal Grove. And... Yeah, I don't know if I can outrace this. Probably can't.
Yeah, the moment you're dealing 1.
Yeah. Pass the turn.
I mean, you do have the time, because each time a Thopter comes in, you
Yeah.
gain 2 life.
It's
So they have 2 turns till they pay
kind
themselves
of
off.
annoying, honestly.
Draw for turn. Of course, we do have a little
You
bit.
can also mill me in the meantime, too. Because
Yeah, that's
each time
always
you
an
do that,
option.
it's getting me for 2.
Attack for 4 in the air.
Yep, 28.
Going to make 2 new Thopters.
So that's a mill
So-
for...
So 2,
Yep,
4.
mill for 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Got another gas spell. Jardy's Pride, mate. And I gain... So you made 2? So
Yeah.
I gain 4 more life.
And I gain 2
Going to
life, so I'm
32.
going up to 15.
Yeah.
Then we're going to play Time Sieve, so mill 1 more.
Sack 5 art... Ugh. So I think you've just infinite turns me.
Not quite, because I can't produce 5 Thopters a turn.
Yeah, I guess you need... But you can sacrifice swords. Right?
Well, one of the swords is definitely free, but
No, but sacrifice 5 artifacts, take an extra turn.
I still need artifacts to feed the Thopter Foundry. Like, I still need to keep 1 sword around to feed the Thopter Foundry.
Yeah, so you go 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5.
But I'm not sure if I can produce infinite turns.
But then you get an extra turn.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then you can make 4 more and sack it to take infinite. So I'm pretty sure you just have infinite turns. So I actually have to respond to this. No, I don't actually think that helps. Come to think of it. Because even if I did that to one of them, then you just sack like Alter the Bird or something and go off that way. I don't see a time when this is going to matter any more than it matters right now. So I'm going to path one of the Thopter tokens.
Okay.
Pretty sure you still got this, though. The only thing is now, if you want to go infinite this turn, you have to sacrifice... I mean, you could still go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, but see, now I'm not
But then
attacking.
you lose your Alter of the Brood. Also.
Yeah, and I wasn't attacking before that.
So you got a basic. That means I get milled for 1.
Yes.
Forest. Because otherwise, I'm pretty sure you could have just infinite turns me that turn.
Yeah, now that I remembered that
Yeah.
I was thinking, like, I can infinite turns, but I couldn't attack, and then I remember I have an Alter of the Brood.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter.
But-
Just mill me to death.
Even if I sack 5 on this turn...
Well, this way you'd either have to sack all of this and then find a way to get your sword back, or sacrifice these 4 and one of these, and you probably don't want to do that.
So it's going to be all of these.
Okay.
Take an extra turn.
I'm going to 5 you. Chalice of Death.
10. Extra turn time.
Yeah.
Untap.
I'm pretty sure you still got this, but...
Draw for turn.
At least this way you need to do something to start the Sword of the Meek. Combo off. And honestly, I think I'm fine with you sacrificing any of these things.
Spell Skite.
Sure. So I gain 2 life. 24.
And mill a card.
Mill a card.
Sack it to get a Thopter.
Yep.
Mill 3.
Gain 2. 6. 36.
And then do that 2 more times.
So 40.
So you gain 4. I gain 2.
And how many mills?
4.
Now I think... so you can just take all those, do an extra turn again.
Yeah, I kind of needed a land to produce that 1 extra thing.
So I guess... Yeah. I guess just go ahead. Continue. Because you're not quite there yet.
Yeah.
You still need another thing to kick off the process.
Extra turn.
Yep. But I mean, how hard is that going to be to find? I'm sure.
Untap.
Either a land or any artifact that's cheap.
Draw for turn.
And if it's either of those, then you've got me with infinite turns and infinite mills.
Talisman of Dominance.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Well, it provides the jump start, but...
Yeah, but now you just go infinite and mill me. So might as well go through it. So that's a mill for 1.
So, paying 1, sacking it.
Yep.
To get a Thopter. Mill for 3.
Oh, you got Felidar Sovereign.
And then create 3 more Thopters.
Yep.
So that's a total of 6 mill.
So you made 4 Thopters this turn, so that's 8 life, so I'm at 48. And then I mill 6 more?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then this turn, now I
Yep.
can
Now you got it.
sack a sword and a Thopter, and the 4 Thopters
Yep.
to take an extra turn.
Yep. You're gaining life this whole time too, but that's not going to matter.
Yeah.
So I would just not bother.
Untap. Sure. We sacrifice the sword 5 times to
Yep.
make 5 Thopters, mill for 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Still got 3 cards left. And I gained a bunch of life there. How many did you make?
You gain 10 life, because I made 5 Thopters.
Okay.
Sacrifice 4 Thopters and a sword. Take 1 more turn. Untap. Draw for turn. Okay, it's a land. Make 6 Thopters.
Gain another 12 life, putting me at 70. I think, right? 40,
Something in there.
58. Yeah, 70.
And your go.
Alright. So I'm going to untap. And I'm going to Chalice of Death you. 5 damage.
Almost dealt with the life I gained in my previous return.
Not so much. Not so much. And then I'll attempt to draw.
Ooh.
Got nothing. That Harmonize gave me 2 lands and I think like a life gain spell or something. It was not very good.
Well, it was the life gain spell that allowed you to flip the chalice.
If that's what it was, I don't actually remember what it was. But doing this was kind of pointless because then you just killed me that turn.
Yeah, I immediately had free turns, so...
It was at least sweet. So, anyway, so that was that game. And we'll see you in game 2. Alright, game 2. So, I'll show my hand. I don't know if this is a good hand. I like this and I like these. I don't know. We'll see. Go ahead.
And we've got those. Whoop.
Alright. So, being on the play is a little better in this style of deck. So I'm going to lead with a Windswept Heath, crack that go to 19. I'm just going to get basic Plains and a Soul's Attendant. Go ahead.
Draw for turn. We're going to play a very exciting Sunken Hollow tapped into your go.
This is very exciting. I find with the double sleeving, these decks are a little more difficult to shuffle. Probably just because they're thicker. Untap. Draw. That's fine. Here's a Forest. Here's an attack for 1.
19.
And we'll cast an Ajani's Pridemate. So that enters, Soul's Attendant sees it, gains me a life. Going back up to 20. And that puts a counter on Ajani's Pridemate.
Yeah.
I'll pass turn.
Untap. Draw for turn. Watery Grave untapped.
Okay.
17. Talisman of Dominance.
Sure.
We're going to add a black, going to 16. And Inquisition you.
Well,
I mean, the one I wanted was right there, so.
I had another one, so
Oh.
it's still pretty good. And I have my some top end. So I kept the 2-lander with these, but I also had that, which I thought was pretty good. And then I drew another
What does
Pridemate.
the other thing do? Oh, nothing
Gains me
exciting.
5 life.
Yeah, it's going to be that guy. I don't
I
want to
think-
deal with 2 of those.
I think if this deck makes it to flashback, these are coming out. A 1-mana sorcery that gains you
Enter
5
go.
life. Just doesn't seem very good. Draw a card. Ugh. Here's a Soul Warden. So Soul's Attendant sees it, gains me a life. I go to 21. That puts a counter on Pridemate. And I'll attack you for 5.
11.
Pass the turn. Something tells me I'm never getting this horse into play. Especially if I keep
Untap.
missing on lands.
Draw for turn.
It might not matter, though. Unless you have a push.
Colorless.
Yep.
For an Altar of the Bird.
Sure.
Enter go.
Untap. Draw a card. Ah, that's not very good. Chaplain's Blessing. Gonna gain 5 life. Going to 26. That puts a counter on the Pridemate.
Fortunately, only 1 counter.
Yes. And then we'll attack you for 7.
His throat's open.
Yep. 2.
9.
Pass the turn.
Untap.
Still on 2 lands.
Draw for turn.
Not quite where I want to be.
I found my 3rd land. Disciple of Deceit. Colorless. For a Smuggler's Copter.
So the Disciple gained me 2 life.
Yeah, and then each one of those will mill you 1 card.
Sure. Beast Within and a Plains. Need the Plains, didn't need the Beast Within.
Enter go.
Untap. Draw a card. Ugh. Well, I guess we have staying power, at least there's that. Here's an Essence Warden. So, each of those sees it, gain 2 life. Going to 30. And I don't have good attacks, so I'll pass the turn. Now, let's see here. I don't think you have an infinite combo yet. But that and Copter is really good.
So yeah, end of your turn, I'm gonna crew Smuggler's Copter.
Sure.
Untap. On the untap trigger, I'm gonna discard Muddle the Mixture to essentially transmute it with her ability.
Yep. Is that a her? Oh yeah, I guess so. You know, I did this thumbnail already, so I should probably know that.
Duskmantle Guild Mage.
Yep.
Draw for turn. The Guild Mage.
So I gain 3 life, going to 33.
And you mill a
and
card.
I mill a card. Sun Petal Grove. Another thing I could have used. Very annoying.
And Crew Copter.
Sure.
3.
10.
So
Sorry,
draw
not 10,
card.
30. 10 on the second dice.
Well, discard Time Sieve.
Sure.
Colorless. Mind Crank.
Oh, you just had it. Okay. So I'm just dead next turn.
Enter go.
Why not? A Johnny's Pride Mate. So, each of these sees it enter. I gain 3 life, and that's 3 separate triggers on the Pride Mate. So it enters as a 5/5. I guess if you're not going to draw lands, might as well. Who am I kidding? I really wanted to draw lands.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, don't have great attacks either. Pass the turn. I guess I can put you to lucky number 7, so I'll do that. Because I'm just dead next turn.
We'll block Essence Warden because she's different.
Sure.
Go to 7.
Go ahead.
Untap.
At least this is a different combo.
Mm-hmm.
And a much more exciting one than just Thopter Sword.
On Disciple, we don't need to activate her ability.
Yeah, why bother?
Draw for turn. So, we'll activate Dusk Mantle Guild Mage's top ability.
Yep.
Which is whenever a card is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, this turn that player loses 1 life. Which, of course, is the opposite of our Mind Crank, which is whenever an opponent loses life, that player puts that many cards from the top of his or her library into his or her graveyard. So now if you get a card in your graveyard, or lose a life,
then it just goes infinitely. And I'm kind of curious which one's what. Oh, guess I'm not that curious. I'm gonna die to life loss before
and then we
die to this.
Crew Smuggler's Copter, 3 in the air.
Yep, 30.
Which mills you for 3 cards. Which makes you lose 3 life. Which mills you for 3 cards.
Yep. So what would happen first? I think I would die to damage before I die to milling. Well, I guess I'd always die to damage because I don't have the draw card. Yeah. So, yeah. Basically, that just loops infinitely until I am dead. And I look at my lovely hand of 4-drop, 5-drop, 6-drop with 2 lands. So that Altar of the Brood screwed me pretty hard because it milled, of the few cards that it milled, it got 2 lands, and then I just drew nonsense afterwards.
Drew expensive stuff.
Yeah, but since this is a Patreon video, we will do a booby prize in Game 3. Okay, Game 3 for the booby prize. Let's see if this one can do it. I'm thinking probably not, but it would be lovely to actually get one of these in play. Go ahead.
We've got those. Whoop.
All right. So I'm going to start things off with an untapped Temple Garden, going to 18, and an Essence Warden. Pass the turn.
Draw for turn. We're going to lead with an island. And a Visions.
Sure.
Sure, we'll leave them as on top.
Okay.
Enter go.
Tap. Draw a card. Well, that's kind of what I want. Here's a Sun Petal Grove. I control both the forest and plains, so it comes in untapped. Bash for 1.
19.
And here's an Johnny's Pride Mate. You know the drill. Gain a life. Get a counter. Go ahead.
Untap. Draw for turn.
This is looking eerily familiar to last game. But at least I have more than 2 lands.
Polluted Delta. Crack that, going to 18. Find a swamp.
Mm-hmm. Does my cat have a throat?
And we'll go for a Talisman of Dominance.
Ah, okay.
Enter go.
Untap. Draw a card. It's actually fine. Here's a Windswept Heath. And I will bash for 4.
We'll tap this for colorless. And then we'll take it.
Alright. Pass turn.
Did not have the push, unfortunately. Luckily, he didn't grow substantially. So
No,
there's that.
he didn't grow at all this turn. Which is fine.
Academy Ruins. Oh, no, wait.
Oh no, wait.
We need a second blues. So,
Sure.
crack that going to 13. For an island. And then we're going to transmute Muddle the Mixture
Okay.
for a go for the throat.
Alright.
Enter go.
Sounds good.
Got one more turn with him.
So I'm going to crack this now. Going to 18. So I'm below 20 on, like, turn 3. That's pretty bad. But, whatever. Temple Garden tapped. Untap. Draw a card. That one's fine, I suppose. Here's a tap Temple Garden. And we will attack you for 4.
9.
Pass the turn.
Untap. Draw for turn. Academy Ruins. Smuggler's Copter.
Sure.
Enter go.
Leaving up the go for the throat. Makes sense. End of your turn. I'm going to cast Beast Within, targeting Academy Ruins.
Yeah, because if you target one of the artifacts, then of course you just need to hand me a beast.
So, you're letting that happen?
Yes.
Sure, there's some in here somewhere. Beast. So that gains me a life. Go to 19, which puts a counter on the Pride Mate. Untap. Draw a card. Attack you for 4.
Crew Smuggler's Copter.
Sure.
Block.
Sure.
Which triggers draw a card, discard a card. We're going to discard a Watery Grave. And then we're going to go for its throat.
Sure. Dead Pride Mate. Second main phase. Here is a forest and Doopy Horse.
Doopy Horse.
Woo! Alright, so that enters the battlefield. I gain a life, going to 20, which triggers this to happen. So then I will pass the turn. And on my end step, I get a horse. Now I know this is a warrior, but it's riding a Doopy Horse.
It's like the same thing.
So it's more or less the same thing. And that one's indestructible.
Untap.
And that also gains me a life. Actually, how does this work? Beginning of each end step,
If you
you
gain
gain
life.
life this turn. Oh, so the second life that I gain is not going to actually make any difference. Yeah, all right. That's kind of what I figured, but just thought I'd make sure of the wording.
You get 1 horse a turn.
21. And then also, if you play a creature, then I get a horse on your turn.
Sunken Hollow.
Where I have some
I
way
have
to
enough basics, so
gain
it
some
comes
life.
in untapped.
That you do.
Disciple of Deceit.
Gain a life. 22. Trigger the horse.
Is it on the beginning of each end step? Oh, that's really bad. There's not much I can do against that, though. And a Mind Crank.
Sure. Enter
go.
So, end of your turn. Get another 5/5. Gain another life. Go to 23.
Even got the foil horse.
Yeah, I know. Draw a card.
And unfortunately, push is not going to get the horse.
Mm-hmm.
So I maybe should have saved that go for the throat, but I didn't really have a choice.
It's true. Nay.
Crew Smuggler's Copter.
Sure.
Block 2 horses, take 5.
Sure.
Go to 4.
Since you're blocking with Smuggler's Copter, you get your...
Draw. Yeah, just Guardian Inquisition.
Okay.
These die.
So you have Mind Crank and Disciple of Deceit. So I think I actually have to deal with that now. So I'm going to path the Disciple.
Yup.
Because otherwise I think you can probably get
I've still
killed next turn.
need to have dealt damage of some kind, so I'm not sure if I actually could have.
Wouldn't one land have done it?
No,
You go
because
fetch the thing.
I don't have the 1 drop. The mills whenever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
So I'd have to have had you lose life somehow.
Sure. And then we will play another Soul's Attendant. Essence Warden sees that. I go to 24. Trigger the horse. Go to my end step. Make a horse. Gain 2 life.
Untap. Draw for turn. Does that get me there? Swamp.
Yep.
We're mana short, and we'd still have to deal damage somehow, which isn't happening. So, we're going to transmute.
Sure. Muddle away.
We're going to find a Thopter Foundry.
Okay. That can make a lot of chump blockers.
Can't make enough chump blockers.
No.
Unfortunately.
Well, not in this particular board state, but had you have had that a little earlier before I pooped out a... What do you call a group of horses?
Is it a herd?
A herd of horses? I don't know. Let us know in the comments.
Thopter Foundry.
Sure.
Tapping for a blue, because why not go to 3? Sword.
Ah, alright.
Enter go.
So you didn't gain me any life on your turn, so go to my turn. Draw a card.
You can 20 me with horses.
Nay! Another one. So now my horses are really indestructible. That gains me 2 life. Triggers both my horses.
Well, now these horses are indestructible. Oh.
Oh yeah, every horse is indestructible now. Sweet. Yeah. So
Well, don't attack with the wardens. Just 20 me with horses.
I'm gonna. Horses.
20.
Yeah! I also had a gain 5 life as an emergency if I needed it. So, managed to win a booby prize, but all in all, I would say this matchup pretty heavily favored you I think.
Yeah, I kind of had the early game interaction with Inquisitions and...
Sure. And the other reason is normally, like, if I set up a 40-plus life gain buffer, that's usually good against... Like, it's good against Thopter Sword, certainly, because you can, like, keep yourself alive quite a ways. Like, eventually they'll be able to attack you, just stop making Thopters and attack you for lethal, despite your life gain. But the problem against this deck in particular, and this is probably just a matchup thing, is you had ways of winning the game that didn't involve my life total at all.
Yeah, it could just mill you out.
So that's kind of unfortunate. But you still have to assemble that contraption, at least.
And you had managed to prevent that the third game.
True. Yeah. So, all in all, my thoughts on the deck that I was playing, at least, I would either go more in a Soul Sisters direction, like, kind of don't include, like, some of these 1 mana to gain life and not do anything. Like, Chaplain's Blessing doesn't seem nearly good enough, to me, at least. And I'd put in a little more actual, like, beef, like, cards that can actually do something. Like, maybe bring in a couple of those 1 mana 6/6 lifelink flyer guys if you have 40 life.
Yeah, it's always a potential. You could also do something with the ramp, just so you can get the horses out earlier.
Yeah, and the other thing is this deck is 36 spells and 24 lands. I would definitely cut back some of those lands and turn them into, like, Noble Hierarch or Bird or something like that, because they serve double duty. They ramp you into horses, and you gain the life from them entering the battlefield, which can
help trigger
horses and all sorts of other stuff. But all in all, pretty fun match, I would say. I did enjoy this deck, and not just because of Doopy horses, but just it's kind of a fun deck to play. Do you have any thoughts on yours?
Actually, pretty entertaining deck. It has a whole bunch of lines. Like, there was probably some other lines that I could have taken that would have been much clearer, but the deck actually has quite a lot of depth. Yeah,
and I really like the infinite turns line that you went with in game 1. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, nice timely interaction. Yeah. I always like that with the Thopter Sword.
Well, and it's also another way to get around a giant life gain buffer. You just do that until you get, like, your mill card, even if, like, you already had it. But
yeah, I already had it.
You could have just kept going, taking infinite turns until you got that, and not even focus on my life total at all. Just keep doing that, and eventually mill me out. So, that was this. If you want to see your deck played in a video on our channel, consider subscribing to our Patreon, or contributing, rather. It's not really a subscription. To our Patreon. We got some cool stuff on there, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.